We are live on the pre-show.
I think this is going to be kind of a quick pre-show here, Yankee.
This is going to be a very quick pre-show.
That's fine.
We're going to get into it. Yeah, this is going to be good tonight. It's going to be fun to see how many people in the chat have a clue tonight of what's going to be revealed. We've been teasing this thing relentlessly, haven't we?
Yes. And I did post on my Instagram today. We're revealing the new commander. This one is a really, really cool one. And it's actually the sixth release. So we're halfway done right after this. Yeah,
That's right. I'm excited about it. We got 10 seconds left before we go official here.
For 7-Eleven tonight too, right?
That's right. All right. We are live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SilverPros Season 7, Episode 11. 11. Can you believe it? Tonight, I am joined by my awesome co-host, Silver Dragons. What is up, Dragons?
What up, Yankee? I'm doing good. I'm really excited for tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. We've got some very special guests that we'll be bringing in just in a second. And we do have a fun giveaway at the end. That means I got to launch my harvester so I can, we'll talk a little bit more about how to enter that giveaway in just a little bit. But we got to get going on tonight because we're not going to dilly-dally much. Okay, so let's bring in some truly incredible SilverPros. Okay.
Yes, indeed. Can I welcome him in?
Please
Yankee?
do.
Okay, well, I'm happy to welcome Josh Fair, CEO of the Scottsdale Mint, and Chase Turner, CEO of SD Bullion. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us again.
Good evening.
We're pretty excited, guys. Okay, this is big. It's big for us. Hopefully, it's big for you guys too, right? The sixth,
very exciting.
The sixth strike of the Commander series. Whew. Are we ready to show it, or do you want to talk? Do you want to talk about it before I just pop this up on the screen? Because I'm ready to show it to everybody.
Do we have enough? Do we have enough people?
I don't know. Everybody should be telling their friends. Maybe we'll give it another minute just to let people get in here.
Yeah. Well, it is the sixth strike, and as you're going to see in a moment, it just somehow keeps getting better, and that's what we got Josh on here to talk about, how they continue to improve the strike on this Commander series, and we have some data to back that up too. This isn't just me being Chase the marketer. I got real data this time.
And I think your door behind you was covering up the picture as well, isn't it? That poster.
Yeah,
right?
we got the proof in, the poster proof this week. It's there behind the door. I'm just waiting for you to show the coin off so I can shut my office like I normally do and have my privacy in here.
Do you want to say anything, Josh, before we do the big reveal?
I don't want to steal the thunder. So no, I think everyone's been waiting. How many months has it been?
Yeah, that's a good question, Chase.
Since the last Commander.
5 or 6 months. It doesn't feel like that though.
Yeah. Well, you know, for a lot of people, summer's a tough month. Everyone's out running around on vacation. I think most people are back in the saddle. So school's back, people are back around. So I think we kind of timed this. I think we timed it well. Yeah. Everyone's kind of hot and bothered.
And the prices are going in the right direction really strongly. So very good timing.
Okay, so people are saying, "Show it now, let's see it."
They want to see it.
And there's one, but there is one person that says link. So can we at least say two things? One, we're giving away one of these at the very end, right?
For free, yeah.
For free, a 5-ounce version of silver of this. So, and then the other thing is, Chase, are you gonna have a link ready for us at the end of the stream?
Yes, we that's a great point. We'll put them on sale tonight in the category we'll give out later. It's not going to be, we're not emailing this out, putting out banners until we'll do the whole thing tomorrow morning with everybody else, but tonight it's always a pleasure to have everybody join SilverPros for these reveals. So you guys are, as always, are going to get early access to know that they're on sale. Nobody knows that we're doing this unless you're on this video right now.
That's so cool. Ellie, MR, my mods out there, you might have to throw a link in later on for me.
The pre-release, yeah.
The pre-release.
It'll be towards the end. Maybe after the giveaway, we'll put it up right then.
All right. And thanks for those super chats that are coming in. I appreciate it. All right, are we ready? This is it.
We've teased this enough, Yankee.
Here it comes, guys. 3, 2, 1. There it is.
Oh my
It
goodness.
is Charlemagne. Ooh, look
And
at that coin.
dude, the
What?
silver is
The
insane.
detail on this. When I saw it, I was like, that is the most regal one you've put out. Love it. Look at that crown.
The beard, the hair,
Sheesh.
and if you're able to flip it over to Yankee, so
I should be wearing my gloves. What am I doing? I'm not wearing gloves. All right, to be very careful here because I didn't want the plastic to get. I'm just going to hold on to the edges very carefully here, very carefully.
Maybe we'll have Josh talk about this one a little bit. This is the third of the 2025s. It's the sixth in the series. Also Samoa. So all three ones this year Samoa, right, Josh?
That's right. That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, I think as we were looking at, you know, building out the whole commanders program, and there's a lot of really good ones out there. Leaving Charlemagne, or other people know him as Charles the Great, you kind of had to put him into the mix. Really, he was a brilliant commander and militarily, but man, he left a huge legacy. It really unified Europe, and even was crowned Emperor of Rome, you know, roughly 300 years after their collapse by, it was a Pope Leo, I think the third. So what a big deal. And the reason Pope Leo brought him in was because of his military strength, his capability. He basically unified through, I think it was 50-something military campaigns. He unified a fractured world after Rome fell. You know, it was so fractured. In 50-plus campaigns, he unified basically all of Western and Central Europe under one, and reigned for a very, very long time. There's not a lot of French success in military history, at least in the modern era. But during this time, I mean, he was kicking some serious tail, and then introduced, and afterwards the legacy, and Chase knows a lot of this more than I do. Built libraries, literature, reading, instituted a lot, spread, he wanted to spread the Bible. And so he basically, the military built, the platform for him to rule where no one was challenging him. He pushed off the Moors down through Spain. And, another fun fact for those that like to play cards. So your standard deck of cards, the King of Hearts, is actually modeled after Charlemagne.
Oh,
so
did not know that.
Bet you that fact is probably not known by most.
Right.
Yeah.
That is just stunning,
Beautiful.
man. Wow.
Isn't that amazing? The other thing too, which I think our audience is going to find pretty interesting, is that basically he standardized currency in Europe at that time by introducing the silver penny. I think they called it the denarii back then, but basically 240 pennies equaled 1 pound of silver, and that was used for 1,000 years and set the foundation for what was used as currency with pounds and all that. So he basically was one of the guys that started silver currency as a centralization, which is pretty cool since we're on SilverPros in 2025 talking about it.
Yeah, that is amazing. Just the history of it. And I'm sorry, I'm stunned by the detail on it. Can you just tell us some of the design features, that, Josh, that maybe were a challenge, or certain aspects of the coin that might have been different than the other?
So if those that are following the series, we are taking, almost, I believe all the commanders have some sort of headwear.
Oh, yeah.
So whether that's a military helmet like Patton was wearing, much more simple, not a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Well, this one, he needs detail. He wore a pretty big crown. Not a lot of our commanders actually were kings. So this one was definitely, we wanted to add a little bit more of that ornateness that you would have seen in a crown. And I think that's what we were going for on this one, was how do we let this coin pop a little bit with some extra detail, and I think we hit it pretty well.
Yeah, this one actually you got a cross on the front and on the back. That's
a good point. Yeah.
First one.
Okay.
like that.
I got another quick close up here. I'm sorry. This is just you got to get close to see this. This is as close as I can get it to you guys
So
until you buy one.
what's the Josh or Chase, either one? You mentioned that you had some data to back up sort of the improvement that we've gone along in the series.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you guys personally. I mean, what do you think in person? I mean, I've only seen it on screen. I haven't seen it in person yet. It looks incredible.
Really? Wow.
Mine looks flawless. I mean, I pulled it out of the capsule.
Somebody get the CEO.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one tonight when they go on sale. But
good.
Just to give you guys some data here.
Yeah.
So every release we send off to the grading services, right? And what they're looking at is we're only looking for 70s. So 70s in their mind a perfect specimen, right? Pretty hard to achieve. I would say like the US Mint Silver Eagles are usually grading around like 30%, 70, something like that. So this coin, the Charlemagne launch, okay, we sent all the three, they're the 5 ounce, the 1 ounce gold, the 10th ounce gold. The 5 ounce silver graded at 87% 70.
Whoa.
So almost 9 out of 10 coins were graded perfect. Okay. The 1 ounce gold, 92% 70 rating.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And the 10th ounce gold, which blew my mind the most by far, because we've had Josh on before talking about how it's much harder to strike smaller coins, graded a 100% 70 rate.
So
what?
This is a 70 guaranteed. That's incredible.
Every coin that we sent them. Now we don't send them the entire mintage, obviously.
No. But odds
small
are
allocation to grade. Every 70 that we sent, they graded as a 70. It's the first time I've ever heard of this before.
So odds are this is probably a 70.
Probably,
yeah, probably.
The odds are very high that all of them are 70s, actually.
And you also have to understand the grading services, it's not just one person. It goes through a review board. And anytime the score is that high, guess what they're doing? They are trying to find something. And so yeah, that was incredible. Huge kudos to the Scottsdale Mint operating team, just from the die creation, the striking, all the way down to the packaging, the whole thing. So, yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And amazing to see the results here.
Yeah. I know you talked about the crown, Josh. Was there anything else with this particular coin that you guys did different? Like how it does look different. And we say this every time, but we talked about this at lunch in Oklahoma City too, right? It's like, how do you guys continue to improve a strike that looks better with every coin that comes out in this series? I mean, we're also, you're setting expectations really high at this point. We're getting used to this.
I know.
You are.
It's tough because it is bullion. It's at a reasonable price point. This is not being sold at the European, super duper prices here. I kind of credit that to the team. I mean, you got to remember, this was a whole new format for us. So we should be getting better and better with a new format. This particular, the 65, is it 65 millimeter? Yeah, I believe 64 millimeter. So you've got just enough real estate where you have more areas of opportunity to mess up. But it is definitely more difficult than a 1 ounce. I'd say 1 ounce is kind of your sweet spot. So when you go smaller than 1 ounce, it gets difficult. And then when you go bigger than a 1 ounce, it also gets a little more difficult. Can't give all our tips and tricks, but I'd say the mint team, the die development team, we are definitely trying, new. It's like perfecting a cookie recipe, right? Grandma had it. Maybe you're throwing a little twist on it. The same thing that we're trying to implement. And then obviously we're producing. It is a small mintage, but there's 5,000 of the 5 ounce. So it's not like we're just producing a small batch of 100. I often say, if we needed to make like a few perfect samples, that's really not that hard to do. When you are producing larger quantities, it is difficult to repeat it for sure.
Yeah, we should mention the mintages because Yankee, can you turn the Certicard
Yeah, it should
back
say on the
over to-
back, right, of the gold Yankee.
Yeah, so there's
Okay.
500 1-ounce gold, and the gold, because they come in a Certilock, are going to be numbered. They're going to have some number with them. Yep, you can scan that.
Wow, only 500.
That's it.
So that's number 39 of 500. So they're all going to be numbered, and then there's only 2,000 of the 10th ounce gold. Those are also going to be numbered
Oh.
in the Certilock.
So 2,500, and then the silver. Wait, is the silver 5,000 or 4,999?
4,999. I still don't know where we came up with that number. That was from a long time ago, but I like it. It sticks.
It's the Ferrari methodology. They don't do 100 of a car; they do 99.
Uh-huh.
This is the Ferrari of coins.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One little thing too that I noticed on this one is the font size on the year. You went back to the same. It looks like it's the 2024, which I liked better. I think it actually this one, in my opinion, is the best design that's come out so far. It's unbelievable.
You're saying compared to the Grant?
Yeah, the other 2025, the Caesar and the Grant had a slightly larger font, but I actually like this one better.
You got
Yeah.
a good eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're always
Just on the
dealing with
year.
Charlemagne versus Grant. It's
Yeah.
obviously you got a lot more letters. So we're always,
Oh.
you're dealing with, spacing, too much open space. So yeah, but I think they're all pretty interestingly unique. They obviously all flow together, but I think you're right. This one, these are the types of coins, and I'm not saying this just to promote sales, but you really need more than one of these. And I say that because if you ever were to trade it, to sell it, to gift it, you're gonna have a hard time giving it away. And I'm not obviously, but I think your guys' comments are, this is something, if someone came over to your house, you're going to want to show it off 100%.
Well, I immediately showed my wife. So Mrs. Yankee was duly impressed. She's like, "Oh, did you get another one?" I said, "Yeah, wait until you see this one, though." She's like, "That is," I think the word was regal.
Regal.
That was, yeah.
Speaking of showing it off, we get this question every time we bring out a new commander. Are we going to get a display case?
Yeah.
Is that still in the works?
Cool. That would be so cool.
Always in the works. I think we'd have to go back and look at the first ones and how they were made, Josh, maybe because they didn't have the rim and stuff. So
Well, yeah, probably, we could probably make it happen with capsules. We have explored it. I can probably talk offline. I think we got a couple different directions we could go. Obviously, for anyone paying attention, it's a lot of metal. So if we're talking the 5 ounce and you got 3 a year in terms of weight, and you start stacking, a few years, it's a lot of weight. So your typical Chinese box, which we do not like to do if we don't have to, is not going to be able to hold the weight. So I think if we could figure out a way, maybe it is a tuck and bring out and display. If we could figure out something, I think we're going to be able to come up with it. We're doing more and more packaging in-house, not just the United States, but we're doing more and more just inside our own factory. So if we can do more work, avoid Chinese labor, Chinese tariffs, which are hitting everything right now, and just make it a fantastic product. We're definitely trying to keep pushing that.
So a lot of people in the chat, probably those that are just joining us, are saying, "How do we get the new round? How do we buy this? This is something people want to know." Well, first of all, we're going to give away one of these 5 ounce SD Bullion. Thanks, Chase. Is going to give away one of those tonight. And all you got to do is be a subscriber on my channel and make sure you've put something in the chat. I'm harvesting the names right now. We'll put it on the wheel of names at the end of the live stream, and we'll pick one lucky winner. But also, Chase promised me he's going to get that link together by the end here. So at some point,
we will have a link at
we'll
some point.
release it, right? We'll release it. Maybe after the giveaway, we'll say it's live. And you can get one. So
you got to give me a heads up. Yankee, are you able to show off the poster at all?
no, no, it's tough because I wanted a tight shot here on the coin.
If you have it on the website,
Yeah.
We can pull it up.
And plus, it comes rolled up, and I hadn't had a chance until today to spread it out in my wife's room. So I have it all out with books to hold it flat before I hang it. So you have it, though. It's way over there on the top to the left, right there. It is a stunning portrait. It is a really cool poster.
Yep. I love my backdrop now. It's super cool. Now I'm up against a problem because when the next one comes out, I'm out of space. So I'm going to have to start picking and choosing who goes back there. So we'll figure that out. So back to the question about the case holder for all of them.
Sure.
We do have something else coming out with Scottsdale Mint very soon. That's a series that Scottsdale Mint's doing for us, and they look amazing. It's an SD Bullion concept, but we're going to be putting all those in basically what they're asking for without saying too much. So if we get a lot of feedback that people love that concept, then it's definitely something that we can use and try to make something similar for the Commander series. So a little TBD, but that will be coming in the next couple months. Scottsdale's doing it, so very excited.
Want to say thanks again to the super chatters. One from Pang, $5. When you sell it, is it in order, or can you randomly get the first out of 500?
Yep. Somebody can get number one.
Really?
Whoa!
Wow! You didn't like pull it aside. You really? It's available for us.
Yeah. We don't do that SD Bullion.
Good. Good.
Yeah, without going into too much, we don't do that. We've gotten into some pull pack stuff lately. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but
39.
like I buy them and I don't know what I get. So
Okay. Thanks for that super chat. I appreciate it. Tiger, thank you for your super chat. What is the price and spread if one buys and sells the same day? Just asking. What is the price and spread?
It depends on the product, right?
Yeah,
So.
that's true.
not a good model there for whoever asked that. I wouldn't recommend that in physical.
On the same day? No.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to lose.
Yeah.
But that's always been the case.
Eagles, anything right now. That's right.
Another one, Oak Alt Bridge Co. Super chat at $5. Please make the Scottsdale Eagle the mascot for American Bullion stackers. We love 3 and 5 ounce stackers. Well, I love the Eagle stacker. It's one of my favorites, but that line is iconic. You can't change that. Scottsdale, yeah, that's a beautiful logo you have.
And if people are just showing up, what we're going to do is we're actually going to open up live Q&A, and you're going to have the opportunity here to ask questions to Josh Fair and Chase Turner. So 2 CEOs. This is the cream of the crop in the silver gold industry right here. So this is a unique opportunity.
Right.
I mean, I think this is even cooler probably than the giveaway that we get to do this.
This is going to, I know. This is amazing. I do see a lot in the chat, too, about the Yankee Tim round. Guys, I don't want to talk about that. Monday night, we're going to be doing some discussion on that. But tonight, it's about that right there on the screen, the Charlemagne 5 ounce silver. I'm going to zoom in on it one more time. Look at this, guys. Isn't that beautiful? All right.
I'm trying to get you guys a link to the poster.
Oh, the poster. Yeah. Put that. I don't know if you can put it in the chat. Should be able to. If not, you can just text it to me or email it or whatever, and I'll get it in there. I want to get this Q&A up and running, too.
Yeah, so there's going to be an official Q&A here. I see a lot of questions in the regular chat. One here, Josh, any update on the 5 ounce silver cowboy round? Are we going to be doing that?
Look at that face. He wants to say something.
Our friends at SD Bullion are keeping us so busy on the 5 ounces. We will be rolling that out. So I would say stay very tuned.
Stay very tuned. All right, so I did open up the Q&A section. Obviously, super chats get bumped to the front of the line because we live in a capitalism.
Can I just say something
but
there?
Ask your questions. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, because like Josh, what Josh alluded to is actually pretty important. There's a reason that you don't see a lot of 5 ounce coins on the market anywhere else in the industry. People have actually tried it, and we know this, and they haven't been successful. There's a reason that we're successful with this, and it's a combination of what Scottsdale does and what SD Bullion does. But what Josh was alluding to there is this 5-ounce thing is not easy. There's a lot to it front to back. I mean, Yankee, you just went through, and Dragons, both of you just went through 1-ounce rounds.
Right.
If the 5-ounce game is
Totally
way more
different.
difficult, and so that's kind of what that's the problem with. And like he said, we're keeping him busy. So without getting into too much other things that's coming down the line, that's not Commander, that's also 5-ounce series. We got some other stuff you guys are gonna like.
Chase, you said something there about something that. Okay,
Yeah.
let's just keep going.
He did, didn't he?
Someone in the chat caught it, but
I know.
all right.
Let's move on.
keep it rolling. Don't replay it. No.
Oh man, I'm so tempted to, but I won't. All right. So, what production challenges? I mean, if it's a 5-ounce and it's hard, is there anything unique about this round, Josh, that you ran into that were like, whoa, we didn't notice that in the first 5?
Yeah, I mean, so there is, because it does have a lot of real estate and there is empty space. Whether that empty space is, let's say, shiny or high polish or matte, and this is a reverse proof design. Yep. And so you've got a lot of matte. And while some people think matte coins are easier to produce, they are when you don't really care what the finish looks like. So let's just see if it's like the US Mint Silver Eagle. You don't see a lot of flaws in them too much, but they grade at, as Chase mentioned, closer to 30%. They aren't amazing, but they're not terrible. When you're trying to do something at a high quality, the potential imperfection on that mat is very high. Meaning, as you continue to press a coin, and these are not struck one time. I forget. I don't know the exact recipe on this particular one, but I would say a lot of our product can range between in between 1 to 6 strikes to get a coin. Well, every time it's wearing that die, and so that all the matte finish, the polish, anything that goes in there could potentially be disrupted over time. So that maintaining that is difficult. So this, I'd say the field that we were able to work with here, executing it and building a recipe that we can produce, 5,000 of these, and the beginning and the end. And so as we maintain, that has to look the same. So that
the die wears
a little
down,
bit of the
doesn't
trick.
it? Doesn't the die get affected, and over time it's just not going to
Yeah,
look the same?
can you do it all with one die, or do you need multiple for that?
Yeah, normally you need multiple die sets. And then as you go back and repolish, that is actually the moment that you're wearing down the detail. So the more you polish to maintain that die, you're actually wearing out that detail. So it's really it's a blend of keeping the dies clean, looking good, maintenance, as you're going through. So there's a lot of different tricks to do all that, down to the recipe to produce that exact item. So that becomes difficult. It's someone says, hey, I want to produce 10 coins. It's just, there's the die production, but then there's I call it the recipe. It's the formula to produce something. There is nothing. So our coin presses, start in between the low hundreds into the 1,000+ tonnage. So you can imagine, what press do you put it on? What kind of tooling do you use? What type of pressures is the first strike? Does it go higher? Does it go lower? Because every time you press a coin, you're getting, and you press it again and again and again. The idea is that you're getting more detail in. It's filling more. But then as you fill more, you have the possibility of it squirting more out the side. So these are the challenges of producing a coin and moving the material. Some of our European friends, they'll do a lot of these, super high relief coins. Well, those aren't really coined in the same fashion. They're actually they're taking and making a blank out of sintered powder, and they're creating these huge peaks and huge valleys. And then that goes into a press. Now it's still a feat, and then they just press it, but they're not moving the metal. So
no way.
That's how
they did that.
Those super high reliefs are done. But the reason they're super expensive is you're 3D printing metal, so you cannot produce a lot of blanks. The possibility of errors happening are very, very high. So you'll see these guys that, I'd say a traditional 1 ounce like that is $200-300 premium on something of that magnitude. So whereas, with a coin, whatever you like our stacker, that's why our stacker rounds are quite brilliant, not just looking, but actually engineering, because we're actually pushing the metal up and into the relief. So we've got, and they stack and lock on top of each other. So that interlocking design actually helps the metal flow to get that relief. So that's what we do on our stacker rounds that SD sells, both the Lion version, the Eagle version, and those are difficult. So minting's tough, because you've got a blank in the middle and you got a die on the bottom and the die on the top, and you're basically forging, you're embossing. So it's why, a lot of times if when people are with me, why is one pizza parlor so much better than another one? Isn't it the same ingredients? Isn't it the same? I mean, it's pizza, right? How much different can it be? But I think when you break it down, there's secrets of their pH of their water. How is what size is the garlic? Where does the garlic come from? How is it roasted? How does it cook? The temperatures. What kind of cheese? What type of cow does it come from? Is it from a water buffalo to make real mozzarella? All those little things go in, and then you need people. Then you need people. You need an oven. And then how do you do it from the beginning of a night to the end of the night, and do it again and again and again? That's why the best restaurants bring you back, because they've got it all nailed down. So that's why it takes for us. It takes an entire team. It takes partners like with SD. When we work about, hey, what do your customers want to see? And we develop ideas, concepts for new programs, and we work together. And, we could basically make just about anything, but can you make it at the price you want it to be at? And can you do it continuously? So those are the challenges, of any manufacturing company.
All right, thank you. We've got a lot of questions rolling in.
Questions.
A lot of questions. So there's like 3 that I see everybody keeps repeating, and I'm going to address these and then I'm going to not answer them anymore. One is, where can I get this? Where is it on the website? Where? You may have come in a little bit late, but Chase is going to help us get that link later.
We're getting the link.
We're going to get the link, guys.
Unless we're able to jump the gun here with the link, I don't know.
Then they won't even want to watch.
Yeah, we got to wait for the giveaway, maybe.
All right, we got to wait for the giveaway. Right.
It's exclusively with SD Bullion, and they're not launching it officially to the masses. When does that happen, Chase?
That's tomorrow.
That's going tomorrow. The people tonight on this video are going to have a chance to buy, but tomorrow is when we're taking it officially live to everybody else. So
you're going to get a link that nobody else knows. So this is great.
Hey,
this
Yankee, I emailed you the poster, by the way, if you're able to.
Oh,
there was a super chat while you grab that, Yankee.
Yep. Go ahead.
By Kevin Frazier. Biblical coin 2 ounce was amazing. Will SD ever consider doing Jesus as a commander? He commanded 12 very important warriors. Is that a consideration?
I saw that chat. I liked it, Kevin, and I've already made a note. So I would say we usually don't take a lot of notes sometimes, but that one was noted. That's a pretty cool idea.
A few of the other questions.
And there's some more battles to be had. So
yes,
that's true.
I like that. Way to go, Josh. Just a couple really quick too. People are saying, when's the next one? What's coming up after this? What, guys? Hello. Let's focus right here, guys. This is the one, right? Take a breath. I know we want the next best thing, right? This is the next best thing right now. So Charlemagne, that's what we're going to be spending most of our time talking. And then the other thing is the cases. I think a lot of people, again, people just coming in. We did talk about that earlier. They're working on it. They want to make it right. So for displaying all of your 5-ounce Commander Series. All right.
There was another super chat from Pang.
Yep.
Are you able to do the Commander Series in the fractional gold gram bars? Are there ever going to be any other sizes?
Ooh.
Look
Chase,
at that smile.
Look at that smirk.
What?
We talked about this beforehand, guys.
Nor deny.
Yeah, we said we weren't gonna go that far.
All right,
tonight.
We're not talking about that.
Okay.
All right. What is so unanimous anonymous? What is the process like to design a coin like this? How long from the first thought to a first strike? Thank you and for your input and for your wonderful businesses. Excuse me, both of you. What's the process like from inception to first strike?
Time frame.
Yeah, time frame, people
I'm not
involved.
saying it can definitely go faster. It definitely can take longer. I think the average for a strike sample is probably about 60 days. So you got to think when you know, really, when we typically work with 2 artists within the company, it's conceptual on the 2D, and it's kind of finalizing the 2D, and then that usually kicks over to the 3D sculptor who works with the 2D artist. Because some of the 3D people, not saying they can't do 2D art, maybe they're not as creatively able to do it, and vice versa. The other person can't sculpt it. So some people can bring things to life amazingly. Then we have a few people that can do a little bit of both. But normally we kind of build a 2D design. And has anyone tried to rush an artist? Artists aren't even great with they're not even great with schedules. So I even hate to give people deadlines, because the reality is it's a feeling. And so, you know, you kind of, you want to give them a little bit of room to feel it out. They usually come back to our team. So we have a number of design meetings throughout the week, and we cover a number of things where we bring the team together. And so normally we kind of see the work in progress, where it's at, what directions things are going, rather than waiting, let's say 30 days or longer, and there's a grand reveal, and we're like, you know, we want a different direction. It's like if you did a mermaid, do you want it to look like the Disney mermaid? Do you want to look like a naughty mermaid? Like it could go the wrong direction really quick. So, you know, as we produce things, that I'd say that process, and then the sculpt is it's in that zone of you know, another 30 days. So I kind of stack that, and then making dies. You know, producing a die when you're ready, if everything goes well, it could be produced in 24, 48 hours. Now, that's assuming that nothing is in front of it, and then it comes out correctly. So if we cut it, and then you got to polish it, and it's got to look right. You do a couple strikes, and you're like, you know what? Something looks off. We need to change something. We need to move. So in order to a coin to pop, you have to have a lot of different 3D elements to it. But sometimes it can be too busy. Sometimes it could be just you need more gradient in it. And so how do you make that coin pop? So that process of kind of like perfecting it, I'd say in a normal world, that's another 30 days. So I like to tell customers, think 90 days is the perfect zone if we have to go faster. And Chase, I think you and I have rushed some things through where we went soup to nuts in like sub-week on some projects, because we had to hit the market. We had to get something out super fast. So not saying it can't be done, but it is taxing.
You've seen a lot of super chats,
yeah,
but while you do that, though, I got to show the poster. Is that all right?
You bring up the poster.
All right.
And let's just enjoy the poster for a moment, shall we? Oh my, dude, the colors on this.
It's hard to get it all into one. I'll zoom out, but I just had to first Commander.
Oh,
look at how regal that is. I love the sword, the colors. And then
yeah, this one's gorgeous.
Let me back out here. There it is.
I like the castle too.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's pretty impressive. Wow. All right.
And he was alive, what, like 800, somewhere around then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he was born in 740. Hey, by the way, we should mention on the poster, those aren't for sale indefinitely. We sell those. We actually pre-sell those for about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we have to batch order them all. So once we take them down, they don't go back up. So if you're interested in a poster, you need to buy in the next 1 to 2 weeks, because after that, once we take them down, we don't sell them anymore because Josh doesn't produce them. We don't produce them. It's a third party. It's a little bit of a headache, to be honest with you, but people love the posters, so we continue to put them out. But yeah, just keep that in mind. If you want to buy the poster, you got to do it in the next week or so. And then it takes longer to get the poster because we got to batch order them with the printer.
Yeah. So the Mint team does, we do the art. We do the art, but to Chase's point, we're not a paper printer. We do metal and sometimes a little wood. So
yeah, I still think it's a pretty cool poster. That is well done. Well done, guys. Beautiful.
Yeah, this one's fantastic.
All right.
And it actually goes well with the other ones, the whole color scheme. Okay.
I got questions, but you get super chatters. So go ahead.
Real quick.
Super chatters.
One for Josh. from Goldilocks, can you speak about why Constitutional is not sold by weight? Is it because you don't know how worn down they are, or why is it face value?
Yes,
Yes.
You know,
that's
Or
the answer.
Chase, I guess, probably, yeah.
yeah, Chase, you probably even know more than that than I do, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'll,
the answer because you don't know how much wear and tear has been rubbed off in the last 100 years or so.
All right, Vintage Joe. Josh, are you having any supply issues with the tariffs or anything else?
Oh gosh.
Oh boy,
so I'll
look at
be
his face.
I'm gonna
It's
be
like, oh,
I'm gonna be
man.
careful. Raw material, no. However, week to week, day to day, there are problems nonstop. So like right now, there is some gold grain. There's not a lot of refineries in the US of gold. One of them, the wholesale rate is over $15 an ounce for gold grain right now. So to produce a product in a normal market, you're talking the low single digits. So it's up a lot. So why is that the case? Because there are concerns about tariffs on the big bars, of which, even though Trump came out a few weeks ago, I had a little post on my X about this. Trump came out and says, don't worry, there shouldn't be any tariffs on gold. Well, the reality is the Customs Department is ruling tariffs on certain gold products. And so a lot of this material, you imagine you're importing in 10 million, $100 million, and you get hit with a bill that decimates your life. So this is a big, big challenge for the industry. So not as much material is flowing in. 1 ounce gold bars from Switzerland are being tariffed. So a lot of people haven't noticed it yet, but there will be supply shocks at some point of 1 ounce bars. There's not a lot of it. There's some that are contracting with US companies to produce. So let's say you're a Swiss company, but it's not made in Switzerland anymore, it's made in the US. Can they or we keep up with the demand? So I think a lot of the market right now is the secondary market is keeping pretty active. So there's a lot of people exiting. They think we're high. We're not going higher. Other people are like, gold's going to probably be over 10,000 in a few years. So they're wanting to buy in. So as we kind of work that supply demand equation out, and then if consumers get as hungry for gold as the institutional banks are and central banks, we will have shortages at that point if we're all clamoring for the same material at the same time. So I know my company's being visited by many multinational, international governments, refineries, other companies because of this tariff issue. So I feel blessed that I'm in the United States as a manufacturer, but that doesn't mean that we're not immune to, let's say, the disruptions. So I'd say for right now, things are flowing okay. But let's just say the market gets hot on the retail side. Yeah, you're going to see premiums change an awful lot right now. I think a lot of the premiums on some of the bulk secondary market stuff, they're turning because there's so much material churning out right now. But when that does dry up, you're gonna have to go to the new stuff, and that's where, I was just talking with Chase earlier today. Your overages on gold and silver are getting harder. So if it's 1 troy ounce of gold, it's not 1 troy ounce. There's digits out, and so it's above. And so that cost factor, even on like a typical silver product, is in the teens per ounce now. So whereas maybe a couple years ago it was 8 cents, now it's closer to 16 cents. So these are interesting factors that are going to impact the coin and bar industry.
I think the biggest call out there, Josh, to sum it up, is if you're a retail investor, you've been really enjoying low premiums, right? If you're buying bulk bullion, and there's only one reason for that. That's the secondary market. If the secondary market, once that metal gets sucked up because higher demand comes in, if they can't supply what the demand needs, and now you're having to buy new stuff coming off the mints, those premiums are gone. Like you don't see premiums on spot for current year anything, right? Or new anything. It's all generic stuff. It's all secondary market stuff. Once that secondary market's gone, your premiums are going up, right? Because dealers can't work off of 0.25% margins and stay in business. So the only reason you're seeing stuff at spot is because people are selling back, and they're selling back in such volume. It goes all the way up to the refiners. It's choke point all the way down to where bids are going to keep going lower and lower and lower until people stop selling, right? And at that point, when people stop selling, those low premiums you've been enjoying on big, on bullion stackers, those are gone. So you got to enjoy them. You got to take advantage of them while they're here. I've been doing this for a long time. Doesn't last forever. But that's the reason. When that secondary market dries up, all these things that Josh is talking about is coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. Once that hits, you guys have seen it. It goes like that in our space.
Yes,
Overnight,
right.
things change. You went from buying stuff at spot to paying $5 over spot on silver, right? Because we work in a physical market. So yeah, that's a lot of people don't get this type of insight, and they have no idea what's going on, but that's what's going on.
Can we real quick? We only got like 15 minutes left, and we have to ask because we have
right?
We have the big question. We have Chase,
we have the big question.
And we have Josh here. We're on SilverPros.
Before you ask that question, I promise you I will. I'll let you ask it, but I just want to tell people a couple housekeeping things.
Go ahead.
We usually answer a lot of questions on SilverPros, but we're focusing mostly about this Charlemagne release, and there's a few questions I see in the Q&A around that I want to get to, but not yet, because we do want to ask the big question. Make sure you keep putting something in the chat, because we're going to do a 5-ounce giveaway at the end of the live stream. Go ahead, ask your big question.
Okay. It's the big question. Silver is over $40 an ounce. I mean, and everyone was saying this is a psychological barrier. It's going to have a hard time getting over. It blasted over. Now it's kind of normalizing. It seems like, where do we go from here? A lot of people are saying we could have a quick run up to some crazy numbers. Maybe start with Chase. Any thoughts on price action of silver? Where are we going?
You know me, I always let James handle that. I to me, the $40 number, to me, it's 50, right? Because I saw that in 2011, and I saw what happened after it touched 50. So for me, psychologically, I'm still damaged from that time period. So for me, it's 50, and the run up to 50 last time was so much, I would say, more aggressive than this. This one has felt like much more of a healthy run up, if that makes sense, right? From 2009 to 2011, it just kind of shot up, and there wasn't really much testing of anything. So my confidence is a lot stronger, I would say, in what I'm seeing on the charts versus what I remember happening in 2011.
Josh?
I follow your tweets, Josh.
So that, higher. I don't know where it'll be next week. Could we even slip down a tiny bit? We could. I'm kind of like Chase. I think the $42 to $50 zone feels like that's kind of where it's looking. It's kind of like a magnet when it wants to go there. Is it going to have to gyrate a little bit? A lot of it's driven off of, two primary things right now. It's gold buying from the central banks. They're on auto buy every month. A lot of these central banks are printing fiat. Wouldn't we love to be able to print our own paper currency and then buy more gold and silver? Well, they are doing that with gold right now. So that is the biggest driver on gold. You're seeing Japan is having, I'd call it the reverse carry trade is unwinding, which means the money has to go back to back to Japan. And instead of buying bonds, they're buying gold now. So that's what's causing, let's say, in the last number of trading days. That's been the big push. Now, silver, if you've been paying attention, just got listed, is recommended by a U.S. government department for it to be put along with copper on its critical mineral list. What does that mean? That means the U.S. government could perhaps bring back strategic military stockpiles again, which means there's a new buying hand coming into purchase material. So we're in a metals war all around the world. You're seeing a lot of activity right now in Latin America with the United States military. Do you really think it's only about drugs? No. There's always been drugs flowing. There is bigger things happening. And one has to do with Chinese influence and money, and the other is gold, silver, rare earth minerals, copper, everything. So the United States is locking down the Western Hemisphere, figuratively and literally. So think of it like that's what's going on and driving it. So when you add those factors, like the wind is at your back, everyone. You can't make short-term predictions, but It's an asset class. Goldman Sachs just came out today and says it might be time to leave general equities and get into commodities.
Wow.
Then they said gold could easily, if Trump continues to interfere with Fed independence, we easily could see $5,000 gold. Well, that's not really that big of a move from here now. So at what point are we looking and thinking about 10,000? And I got ratios that says, based on ratios that have hit debt to gold holding ratios, it's going to continue. So it'll be a wild ride. But to Chase's point here, this has kind of just been it kind of pops, it grinds. This is not that wild. It's very systematic in terms of going up. So at what point does the consumer at the retail level fully wake up as to where we're going? I think it could be coming mainstream. I think for those that are watching, you're in the single digits of the U.S. population. There's not many people in the physical metal. So what happens when more wake up? So yeah, it's exciting times.
Really,
We haven't even started the run up, Yankee.
I know. Get ready. Strap on here, man. I do think the shorts could attack at this point. There may be a pullback. Can $40 an ounce silver hold? We'll see. We're gonna see real soon, I think, if that's gonna happen. But if it does, it's gonna form a base and keep going from there. In my opinion, Ronald. I'm just gonna rapid fire.
We got to
rapid fire on the answers too on the Charlemagne coin here. Ronald Thorpe, what is the average life of the die?
Coins can be from a few thousand strikes to 100,000, depending on the quality that you're trying to maintain.
All
and for us, for my company, we use different materials, different processes that we get a little more longevity than some other companies do.
Thule said, would you ever consider selling the retired die?
Oh,
there's a thought. I can picture you doing something with that, Thule.
So when it's legal tender, we have to destroy them or send them back to the central bank for their museum pieces.
Good point.
So,
wow,
good
Samoa
point.
gets
Yep.
Yeah, so we get audited. We were audited by the governments, and on this very note. So you got to remember, like with the Central Bank of Samoa, there's other countries out there that do currency, but they don't use the currency. This is a real currency. You go to Samoa, you will use a Samoan tala, which means dollar in English. Tala is Samoan for dollar. So that is a real currency. So when we produce these coins, they're registering that in their central bank, every single item. So.
Quick super chat from Joey R. Hey, Josh, can I get a tour of the Casper Mint?
Well, maybe you will. Maybe we'll help you out in that. We'll see. Hang tough. Dan Hodges says, have you thought about stamping the number of the coin on the side of the coin somehow?
Oh.
Yes, it's been considered.
Okay. We got another one here. Where does Scottsdale Mint get their raw gold and silver from? Where do you source? If you can say.
Predominantly United States, Canada, Mexico, Poland, Belgium, Germany, sometimes Kazakhstan, sometimes Korea. Those are in Australia. Those are our primaries.
Blaine Mad
In Switzerland, if I didn't say Switzerland.
Oh yeah, Switzerland. Blaine Mad asking, love the annual SD Bullion giveaway. Is it possible to break it up, not just have a whole monster box? Hey, we're doing a giveaway tonight, 5 ounce. We're literally kind of breaking a piece off tonight in a few minutes. So, hey, guys, this is your last warning. Probably put something in the chat if you want to enter the giveaway.
Two last questions. Two last ones. Silver State Stacker, how do you make the reverse finish? They're so beautiful. And one more. How do you make it so beautiful? That reverse.
A lot of love.
A lot of tender love and care.
Really high-end equipment, but then a lot of handwork, hand polishing. It's, guys under a microscope. This is how we do it. So, yeah, there's a lot of handcraft that goes into this. Absolutely.
All right, and the poster, does it come with a round, Chase?
Yeah, you can only buy them in a bundle together.
Okay. Whew, there are so many. I have to shut these down, guys. I'm so sorry, but we want to give away do a
Free
fun
silver.
giveaway. Free silver. Yeah. I mean, how can you be that
And
upset with
Chase,
us?
hopefully, if you've been working on it, hopefully we can have that link really, really soon so people can buy
Yeah.
these.
Working on it now.
He's working on it because people. That's the other thing. People piling in. Why not?
They
Thule-
want to buy them.
There's a $10 super chat from Thule. Why not have it say Tala?
Is that up to the central bank or who decides
Yeah.
the?
Good question there.
It is the central bank. So Samoa has traditionally allowed dollars and tala. I actually believe that starting in 26, they want tala back. And so I don't blame them. Frankly, that is what they call it in Samoa. And it just, all it is that's Samoan for dollar. So in the past, these actually say dollars on them. So that's the current issue. So in the future, it may say dollars. Every country's a little different.
All right.
But like countries like Niue that say dollars, they have a Niue dollar, but it's not a currency you can exchange into. So it's not actually a convertible. It's not a convertible. There's no conversion rate. And if you go to Niue Island, God help you. If you get there, it's a hard place to get to. You're going to use New Zealand dollars. You're not going to use Niue dollars.
So is that like kind of like a fantasy coin then? If it's a Niue dollar,
it's real. It's just not used. So I'm not. We produce some Niue product, but I think to me, if you're ranking central bank currencies, yeah, Samoa's a pretty nice one. For sure.
Joe Little wanted.
And someone mentioned there's a cross on the back, which is kind of appropriate. There's a cross on the front.
Yeah.
We also produce a coin, the Jesus collection. They're the only ones that would put Jesus on a coin. So they have a cross. It's kind of rare for countries to touch that theme. So kudos to Samoa.
that's really cool.
One last look.
We got to do the.
I know. I'm being distracted.
I feel like
by
people
this
have
thing.
entered the giveaway.
Okay. I'm just distracted by this thing.
And then we have to give them the
It's one of
link.
my
We still got to
favorite
give them the
designs.
link.
I know. Let's get back to it. All right. So I'm going to stop collecting names right now for the Wheel of Names. And you had your chance. I kept putting
Can I
in the
just
chat.
ask
Put
people
something in. Go
too,
ahead.
if you have collected the whole collection so far, every single one, put a 1 in the chat. I want to see them. If you have all of the 5-ounce silver commanders, which I do, so I'll put a 1 in the chat as well.
I have them
Look at all those ones, dude.
This is pretty impressive.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's a lot. I got to put a
That's
1 in. I got to put a 1 in.
unbelievable. It's such a good collection.
Yep.
The Commander series is so cool.
So I got the names. Here they are. And right after this, if Chase says he's good to go, we'll release in the chat the link.
I think he will be. So
All right.
spin it, huh?
So there's all of them alphabetized.
Yankees wheel is rigged. Was
It's
like the first
here we
names
go
at the top.
again.
That's someone literally their
stop
channel
it.
name.
I know. Isn't that awful? I saw that.
Their whole identity is a rigged
It's-
wheel.
Every time I see my name now, I have to look at Yankees wheel is rigged. Not rigged nation, guys. Hashtag not rigged nation. In fact, let me see not rigged. All my members there. Put the not rigged emoji in the
It's
chat.
obviously not rigged.
It's
obviously.
not. All right, let's shuffle this up. You wise guys. Rigged Nation loves to tease me, but I am making one not rigged nation convert one win at a time.
Oh gosh. Well, this is
All right,
it here for
this
the
is it.
5-ounce silver
Here we
Charlemagne.
go. Good luck, everyone.
And a big thanks to ST Bullion for
Yeah.
giving this away, free silver.
This is a
and
huge giveaway. Huge, especially with the
Huge.
prices of silver
I
going up.
know.
How generous is that? What a sponsor.
The giveaways get more and more
Fantastic.
expensive every week.
Love it. All right, we got Heather and Michael and James and Angela and Shazam, Eric, Medellin, and it looks like it's going to be Rion H. Or is that Ryan?
Congrats.
Ryan H., you won the Charlemagne. Now, please email me your mailing address and also include your phone number. I will get that over to SD Bullion, and they'll send it out to you directly. Again, this is only available as my rules state for U.S. residents or U.S. mailing addresses only.
YankeeStacking@gmail.com. There it is. Congratulations.
YankeeStacking@gmail.com.
So how do we buy this thing?
Yeah, all right. We're ready. Let's see it.
You should be able to go to /commander, SD Bullion /commander
Ooh, I gotta test that out right
to
now.
redirect you. So I don't know if you can put that on your screen or
.com/commander.
you can make sure that you can see it.
I know. I'm
'cause
gonna
if you
try it
can
right
see it, then
now.
everybody else should see it.
Putting it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it.
Oh, there it
I mean,
is. There it is.
All right.
Boom.
So hopefully the mods can put those in there as well. I do see it. Oh yeah, look at that.
There it is, guys.
SDBullion.com/commander. It's the
And
only place you can buy them.
And only this link is. Don't tell anybody, okay? Until you buy
'cause
yours.
tomorrow it'll go live to everyone.
That's right. Wow. Very cool. Thank you so much. That's sdbullion.com/commander. Very easy. Mods,
and
help
I
me
just
out
want to
there.
mention
Thank you,
too,
MR.
they got the limited introductory pricing. So this is like the best deal you'll get on these, right?
Right.
That's right.
Chase.
Pricing will go up as the mintage sells through. That's pretty standard.
That's
Anybody
true.
who's been buying Bullion.
And you guys have a lot of good deals too as well. If you want to combo up some other deals, great time to be picking up some metal.
Absolutely.
And
Cool.
that was it, Charlemagne. Wow.
We did it, Charlemagne. Awesome. Well done, guys. Thank you for so much for letting us be the ones to reveal it to everyone and for all of the hard work that you've done to bring it to life. This is really a cool addition to our collection.
Yeah.
Love
So happy to be here. So happy that the community has really taken this series and is so excited about it. And I know we always get the messages. So we know the expectations that have been put on us between Scottsdale and SD Bullion with this series. So we take it very serious. And thanks for Josh for taking his time to come on here. And it's always good to, you get a lot more information than we normally get from just the retail side of the business. So always appreciate that insight as well. So thanks, Josh, for that.
Well, thanks for the opportunity, and this has been fun for sure.
All right. And thank you all for watching SilverPros. We really appreciate it.
Yep, stack like a pro and subscribe to Yankee if you haven't yet. He's so close to 200,000 subscribers. If there's even one person out there, tell your friends. Literally, I mean, he's so incredibly close. We got to get there. Thanks, everyone.
Buddy. All right. And see you next month on SilverPros. Good night, everyone.
Have a good night.